Every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all
Hey,
tap in.
is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in.
It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Christina Carter. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick it. Every Tuesday. Everything is going down. Every Thursday. They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony Show. It's during the week, homie. The Roy Anthony Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a tap in before we gotta tap in. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony every Show. Tuesday. Come on and kick it with us. The Roy Anthony Show. Every Thursday. It's going down, homie.
What it do? What it do? What it do? Hey, once again, this is comedian Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. My co-stars will be popping up here any minute. Big Hank and Christina Carter. Big Hank come from Long Beach. Roy Anthony come from Long Beach and sometimes in Kansas City. Christina coming from Mississippi. Then we want to give a shout out to the creator of Woe Entertainment, my man Richie King. Redneck Pimp, who's in Cameron, Missouri, along with the co-creator Goose, who's also in Cameron, Missouri. Then we have our associate producer, man, she's such a warrior, for real. What she be combating and still keeping our network up, that's Blue Phoenix. She's down there in Springfield, Missouri. And then my man Athens, which I think he's in Iowa, or I'm pretty sure it was somewhere in Iowa or something like that, or I think he moved to Los Angeles, something like that. Then we got my man Matthew Brooks, who I think he's somewhere in the Midwest. And then we have BB Nation, some good friends of ours who's coming from Oregon. Then we have some other neighbors that's coming through North Dakota, South Dakota. And then along with our friends and Big Hank's dad, a lot of our friends coming from the West Coast, all the way down through the dirty South, through parts of the East Coast. And then we have a lot of different ones who holler at us from Australia and from Germany. And we just want to thank everyone. That's why we having the globe here. You know, when people say, oh, I'm over here, I'm there, you know, I like to look it up. You know, I always keep America, though. This is America right there. I don't know if you can see it with all the light shining. But we want to thank you for the Roy Anthony Show. We're breaking out. This is the second show of the fourth season. You know, Tuesday we started our fourth season. We're supposed to have some guests coming in here soon. We have a very special guest supposed to be coming in from Vegas this day. I'm making sure that everything is straight up with her, making sure that they still, because we're on so many different time zones. Making sure people coming in. We just want to thank everybody. Oh, I see my partners, the other co-stars in already. What's up with you, Big Hank?
What's happening with it, Roy Anthony? What's the deal, baby?
Oh man, you got it, man. Just glad, man, to be able to just, you know, I love our platform.
Yes, sir.
I love that we can talk on subjects, and a lot of people don't understand that. I know I use comedy as my therapy.
Yeah.
You know, some of the stories that I share, people don't understand. I make it juicier, but a lot of it is
real life. Yeah, real life.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine real life too.
Yeah, and that's what makes us, you know, don't it feel therapeutic to you when you perform?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
I'm going through some stuff this morning. So RDJ, my son, is graduating today.
No way.
Man, he's graduating high school. So,
Oh man.
Everyone knows. Look, Big Hank knows. Look,
You had to do a lot of work, man, to get that done. Y'all worked hard to get that done.
man, and he almost caught a case 5
I
months.
remember. Yeah, he had the popper things. Remember they had the things at the football game.
Exactly. And so I can make sure I go to the court. And I was so happy because people don't understand that we carry ourselves like nothing goes on, but it's just that we know how to carry. You know, a lot of people don't know you don't sleep in my bed at night. That's where I do a lot of my crying, you know, because it's tattooed on my arm. Laugh now, cry later.
Yes, sir, man. As soon as you get somewhere by yourself, you boo-hooing and ha-ha.
Exactly. You know, because when I'm around it, everyone, I have to be the righteous mind, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
And so my son, with him graduating, he thought that the day. Wait a minute, before I go on. Wait a minute, we got our co-star in. Look, we're gonna bring her in. What's up with you, Christina?
Hey, y'all.
Christina Carter, what's happening?
What's good? I miss y'all.
Miss you. We miss you too, man. For real, man. We heard you had a little accident.
I did.
You all right?
I'm fine. I'm good. I'm
all
good.
Right. All right.
What it do? Shorten your hair while you was in the hospital?
I had to cut it.
Oh, it looks pretty. You got that. You got
it. Yeah. She got it laid down.
Turn your head sideways so we can see it.
I had to cut it because I had hit my head like on this side. So to put a couple stitches in it, so I had to.
What? How'd you fall? Is snow down there? Well, I mean, what?
Look, y'all know my legs pigeon-toed and all of that, and so I just lost my balance.
Okay.
That's what it was. I just lost
fell hard. You know, usually I trip before and then I play it off like, woo, you know.
I can't. They say you hurt yourself worse than when you try to break the fall instead of just going ahead to fall.
Oh, so you just went on, took that fall.
I tried to break it.
Oh, did you?
I should just let it go. I ain't lame. But I'm all. It's hard.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you because
me too. Me too. I'm laughing with you.
After because it was funny as hell. Because I tried to make it look like it didn't happen, but I wasn't quick enough. So
how you make it look like it did happen?
Yeah, I tried to act like I was gonna dance or some shit.
Right. That was Roy was talking about. He tried to play it off, be like, "Oh yeah, shit, man. Yeah. I was getting ready to start running anyways. That's why I just took off running like that." Yeah, I was.
But I'm okay though.
Well, I'm glad to see you all right.
I'm glad you all right too. Yeah. We love you. We miss you.
Yeah,
I know. I had to come on. I was like, "Oh, okay. I'm still gonna come on."
We had a month vacation, and then you wasn't there. You know, this is the start of our 4th season, and let me ask you: when you did fall, did you try to play it off that you wasn't hurt, or did you just? But then something keeps telling you, nah.
I waited about an hour or two, and I was like, "Nah, some shit ain't right. I don't remember some shit. I had to go get that shit checked out."
I'm sorry, I'm not because I've been through it. You know what I'm saying? One time, we was playing football in this field, just some cats in the neighborhood, and dude tackled me real hard, right? And a limb and a rock and stuff, right? And I kind of landed on it, so everybody like, yeah, get up. You know, I'm in the neighborhood, so I'm getting up, but some part of my body, like, I think I'm supposed to have a pad or something there while playing real football. So the more I tried to move, the more that joker tightened up. All of a sudden, I had to go to that knee. I couldn't help it.
Hell no.
And stuff. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you're right though.
I'm glad you're all right too, man.
I'm so happy to see us all together and stuff. You know,
it seemed like it was longer than this. Like it been a long ass time. Like time stopped or some shit. I started missing the show. Like
that's what you get, though. It was just a month. You know, it took a month off. You know, and I felt that it would do this too. It'd be more hungry and stuff. You know, and as everybody knows, we're breaking it into 3 segments as well. You know, I'm gonna do the news, bring out some today's topic. We all 3 discussing it, And then Big Hank is going to be talking on sports. He is anybody who wants to really listen to sports. I listen to Big Hank before I listen to Stephen A. Smith, because I don't remember ever hearing that Stephen A. Smith. Not saying he don't know his sports, he just never played it in the form of like we're Big Hank. He knows what's saying in the huddle. He knows how to line up. He he felt the contact. And so then we got Miss Uniqueness that's going to be closing our show out with Kool-Aid, caramel cake, and Little Hollywood Chit Chat.
Okay.
We're still building up the stuff, so I know everybody, and we got some good gossip chit chat too. I know I don't like to keep fanning the flame about what happened with Will Smith and Jake, and Chris Rock, but. And I sent it to Miss Uniqueness. There's a video of an 80s sitcom that they followed verbatim. Match, in the sports, we Clippers is my NBA team. But when the seasons always start, I always pick an East, and my West is Clippers, and East I happen to pick Boston at the beginning of the season. I picked them, and I really didn't. Sometimes it looked like they weren't going to get there, And then when I seen last night, the head coach, and he's engaged to Nia Long. Yeah,
they got a baby. They got a kid together. I think that kid probably like in high school or something.
For real? They've been together that long?
Yeah, that's what my mama told me. Yeah.
I always remember most about Nia Long from movie Fridays.
Yeah.
Her jogging, but I was reading, y'all. I know everybody we was talking here lately about the situations that happened in Texas. Well, after the show Tuesday, I got some other information. Well, there's a propaganda that's going out called the replacement theory. The replacement theory is making whites think that they're being replaced. So the only way to avoid this is to exonerate out the blacks and Latinos. I mean, for real, this is what's going on. And this replacement theory is going around just almost like it seems to be circulating around like the Willie Lynch. A lot of people don't know the situation about the Willie Lynch rules. He was a guy who wrote up psychological warfare on how to deal with blacks in America. And in this Willie Lynch, that's why they call lynchings hanging. In his, if you ever take the chance, or anybody take the chance to read the Willie Lynch document, which is a detail of terror on how to use psychological warfare towards blacks. This was after the Civil War, where it was detailed. I read it. It's very, very gruesome and detailed, and it's very analytical if you're going to be a mastermind of evilness, right? Shoot fathers in front of families. Shoot babies in mothers' arms. Because what this does is it implements a superiority over that person, and you can't do nothing about it. If you got 6 kids and somebody just shot your kids, you kind of broken. Right. And you can't do nothing about it. A lot of people don't understand this. My uncle, who served in the Vietnam War, who is 78 years old, and I was telling some of our veterans that, we deal with Rich King and, Michael Netherly, they're veterans, that a lot of black veterans had never got a GI Bill. They never got monies to help them
Yeah, to get a house and all that stuff.
Exactly. My uncle's been living in an apartment since he came back from Vietnam. And that's one of the things that a lot of our veterans know. They thought that the black veterans come back and squandered their money. When a lot of them never did get a GI Bill for serving. I'm gonna share with next week or week after next. I've been putting together, you know me, I'm always researching and stuff.
Yeah.
I found something very disturbing in the Vietnam War. They wouldn't give some of the black soldiers guns. They had to fight the Viet Cong with bricks and sticks. Said that they hide up in the trees and jump on them and try to get their weaponry. To fight for this country. It's true stories. I'm gonna bring our guest is right here. I don't know what's going on. What's up with you, Miss Brown?
Hey, can you send that to my messenger on Facebook? It's asking me.
Oh, we're live now, and I got you on the cell phone live. Can you send it to yourself? This is our guest today, y'all. If you call me from my cell phone.
I can't access. It's asking me for like a password, and I can't send it to myself, or else I would have done that and been there.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna try to send it to you like this. I'm doing that. I'm doing it from my phone. I'm gonna put it on your messenger. And so this is our guest today.
Yeah, y'all can blame it on me. I'm so sorry.
Oh no, we all right. We let the show go on anyway. We know how to deal with mishaps and everything.
He's so petty.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Okay.
All right, for sure. We'll see you in the back.
Okay, bye.
I'm bringing Miss Brown in. I want because there's someone else I want you to meet, Big Hank. She runs born and raised in Las Vegas, and she runs a major comedy circuit down through there. It's called Salt in the City. If you ever see her on Facebook. Okay. So my thing is, people find us interesting. This bugs me. Do you know that people liking us so much that they just watch us? They scared to say anything, and they are. I have one young lady in Johnson County who will send me stuff and say, I be wanting to say something, but I just don't want to sound dumb, right? And I'm like, you can't seem dumb when it's on the text or something. I'm gonna read it out. But it is what it is. But what I was saying is I'm gonna tell y'all something about this shooting with the replacement theories that's been going around.
Okay.
And I tell, it's just I'm gonna keep it 100. Our white neighbors makes up 72% of the United States population. Blacks make up 13%. There's more Latinos than blacks in the United States. How can we replace you? Mm-hmm. So what it is I was reading a report that back in the days, Republicans to get the money from just as, the poor whites is to make them feel that you're better than the blacks and you help me and we're going to help us push this agenda. There is some wickedness in people's hearts that they give their money just to make sure, I was reading this topic about this guy. And remember, I think we had one of our guys, Dean Cerny or somebody came on and they explained about the Confederate flag, which was a rebel. When I think that he doesn't symbolize it like some of these older guys. So they had an older white guy who had on a T-shirt with the Confederate flag. Just it's been a month ago. A white guy, I got to get his name. He was interviewing the guy. He went to where they having them rallies, and he seen the older guy, and he asked him a question. Was he pro-slavery? Mm-hmm. And the older white guy couldn't answer. See, in some people's minds, like when they said make America great again, we cannot be great unless we're all unified. The United States means united, right?
Yeah.
But for some egotistical reasons, there are some who's putting out that they are not relevant. Let me be clear with anybody who's understanding it. Some blacks want to be slaves. They didn't mind. They didn't mind being slaves. But there was whites who wanted you to have your freedom and felt disgust about this whole slavery thing from Jump Street. You stop me if I'm wrong, Big Hank. You educated.
Mm-hmm.
In Africa, slavery was legal, but it reigned for only 7 years. If my city conquered your city, Big Hank, or your city conquered my city, then I will be under your rule for 7 years. After the end of the 7 years, I could become a citizen of your city, or I can go on about my business. That's how the story of Shaka Zulu. The Zulu tribe beat Shaka Zulus in their tribe when he was a little kid. He becomes a slave. They become a slave to there. Then after 7 years, his mother marries the chief. He has the right to stay or leave. That's why he left, learned some stuff about how to go to war and come back. Now I'm saying this is because the African nation stopped when the slave ships was coming back, and they kept saying, where's the slaves y'all took just 7 years ago? You ain't brought them back. That's how that ended. It was a little fight there. So I just want to be where this, because some people feel there's a superior thing because our television show Tarzan going over there, animals bow to him, all the Africans, he can be the tribe of Africans with swinging through some vines. I ain't mad at the television. I watched it. I watched the Andy Griffin show. I watched Leave It to Beaver and stuff like that. And I watched everything as everybody else did. Now, our generation of whites and blacks, we're considered, that's been in the past. But a lot of people provoke the past to come back because the way they acting now. We got Save America. How do Save America and all that? And you sit up here and disrespect your other fellow Americans with lynch ropes at the Capitol. So what if you had took over the Capitol? Would you think that we all fall in line? But it's just stuff to ponder. I was just being,
Right. Now you made a statement. You said some blacks wanted to be slaves.
Yeah.
Why? Because they had somewhere to live.
Harriet Tubman had to pull her gun out on over 100 different guys who said they'd rather deal with slavery than to go through these cold swamps and everything.
Okay, got you.
Now, when I was I was going down to South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee last year, right? Mm-hmm. So I went down around in Georgia where the cotton areas and stuff, right? Man, it is swamps. Mm-hmm. I was looking through it. I'm like, how in the world, man? I wouldn't go through there in the middle of the hot day, let alone the middle of winter. But they had a mission.
Yes, sir.
We have our guests in. I don't want to keep her in the back room. We're going to bring her in. This lady is visionary coming from Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's give a warm welcome to Miss Brenda Brown.
Miss Brenda Brown.
How you doing, Miss Brenda Brown?
Hey guys.
What's up, Chocolate Child?
Oh, you know what? Life is amazing. I got 16 more days until my new day, so nothing really can go downhill except for death. And so, that's a long way off, God willing. So how y'all doing?
We good. We good, man. We good.
So in 16 days, you're saying that's because it's your birthday.
It is my birthday. It is my birthday.
All right.
Okay, so have you met everybody? This, of course, you know me. This is Big Hank, and this is Christina Carter.
Hey,
Our
love.
co-stars that we ponder subjects, we talk with different ones. Can you tell everybody about who you are and what you're doing in Vegas?
Well, I'm trying to escape a heat attack right now. It's like 109 here in Vegas, like right now. So I'm trying to stay alive and stay hydrated. But as far as Sauced in the City is what I do, I am the creator, and I guess I'll just do this until he gets back. I am the creator and founder of a entertainment brand called Sauced in the City, and we just literally build stages, we build opportunities, we kind of suss out all the good stuff, in comedy and entertainment, so that we know and we can tell other people which way to go. It's sort of like y'all was talking about, even though I don't want to be a slave. But and I don't know how that works, but I'm gonna wait till he get back so he can further explain. However, you guys can consider my brand as the Underground Railroad in entertainment and comedy, simply because I make a way when other people won't give other people away. So instead of me saying, oh, I can't do it, or this person is to blame, or that person is to blame, I simply just go out and I create what it is that I'm looking for. And I cross my fingers and I hope that people jump on board with me when I create the way.
Well, you've been successful. I'm going to tell y'all how I started meeting Miss Brown is that I will sometimes, I go on Facebook and I get these little funny anecdotes and stuff. And I'll be like, wow, this lady got a sense of humor. And it had gone on for a while, and then she liked one of the videos. So I ended up being interviewed. I beg your pardon? What'd you say?
Years. Years. It went on for years. Come on, let's be real now.
I don't know if it was that long and stuff, but I know I've been paying attention for a minute. And then they gave me an interview during our recess. Matter of fact, the week we took a recess to start our vacation to start this fourth season. She interviewed me, and not knowing that we're bold like that. Sis, Big Hank features with me.
Yeah,
when we do stand-up comedy. Big Hank, Christina is our baby sister. We was just down there. We all did the show down there in Memphis. Me and Big Hank ourselves. We ain't from Memphis. Christina lives in Clarksville, Mississippi. And so then we have different constituents that listen to us left and right. But Miss Brown is one of those ones who loves sense of humor.
And gotta have it. Gotta have a sense of humor. Gotta have fun while we're doing things. And I will be the first one to say here on your show today, I hate comedy shows as they stand. When I want to be a comedian, I have aspirations of doing so, but the way that it stood, I had no love for it. So I figured out a way to add a little bit of my flavor to the comedy world. And even though I was met with resistance at one time, and still maybe a little bit, I find people like Roy Anthony, now you, Hank, and now you, Christina, to have fun with no matter what. So we have fun, we hit hot topics, we play games, and I have been blessed actually to have some of the greatest pass through my screen, including y'all now. Well, wait, I'm passing through y'all's screen. Yeah, there you go.
Right.
One of the things that I liked is that she's a visionary. Right. And she, matter of fact, they've been having a single show. Show. Why don't you explain? She knows it and stuff, because I don't do the I get teased, Big Hank. I have never did the singles acts or nothing like that, And she has something where I'll let her tell you.
Oh boy, yeah, because I ain't never gonna get no single people on the show with him. So what we decided, like single people gonna be like, what the hell am I doing over? Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. Sorry, what the heck am I doing over here? With his description. Okay, so anywho, what happened is, online comedy, the online comedy space got a little bit tight. It's a little bit tight when you got, comedy shows. Comedy is coming up, So I decided to turn one of my passions into something to connect with another one of my passions, which is online dating. And I've been online dating since You've Got Mail. So like back when people did not think it was cool to do, I was online having living my best life, actually. So it got kind of dangerous though around 2010. People start coming up missing and whatnot. So I kind of gave it a rest. But then with the new technology and the new format of what I've learned how to do, I decided to turn it into an online dating game. And so what we have is eligible bachelors and bachelorettes that come on our show. We take them through a round of questions to get to know them. Also some games to see if they have some funny bone, just one. Like we have a lot of bones in our body and I just need one to be funny. Okay, because nobody wants to be paired up with somebody who's going to bore them to death. So therefore, at the end of the rounds, we see, after we finish clowning, of course, we see if we can find love or smoke out a match at least, or we have a really good time doing it. Last week's episode, we had Shane Forrest in the house. We had Henny B in the house. Who else? Oh, Angela Woods, DeCarlo, aka Mr. Man. And it was like it was amazing. Drew Marks was in the house. So these are, I guess TV accredited comedians, I will say, coming fresh off the tour with the J. Anthony Browns and the Cat Williams and all of that sort of stuff. And they were on our screen and we had a ball.
Well, yes, man. Now, how would someone be able to sign up if they want to be in the singles game? How would they be able to sign up? Do they go to Facebook or Sauce in the City, or how would they register? You had Sauce in the City. He even spelled it right. I'm impressed, Roy Anthony. Like I'm feeling special. Okay. So okay, well, good thing you know how to do that, because some people don't even know how to clip a picture to an email. So this right here, this name, Sauce in the City, or Brenda Brown over here. Right here. You guys can just look me up on Facebook. I am everywhere. I post like 900 times a day. And you guys just slide into the inbox. Let me know that you're down to clown and you're looking for, love or a match at least. And then we will, take it from there. I'm looking for love. Looking here and there. And I'm searching
everywhere. You got me looking. I'm looking.
Go to Sauce in the City then
and catch her. Yes, sir.
Hey,
for a second. In Las Vegas.
No, now I want to ask you. Remember, I told you my word is my bond as well. You must ain't looked at your show because your credit's on there.
Okay, so let me just explain to your viewers tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. Roy Anthony, Hank Norman, Christina Carter. So let me just explain something to all of y'all. When the month of June comes around, you guys have heard of pregnancy brain. Well, I have birthday brain. I don't know nothing outside of my birthday and my show, June 24th, here live in Las Vegas. I'm hoping to see you, Roy Anthony, here live on stage at the Vegas Theater Company.
Oh, yeah.
Once
Well,
June
that was a birthday gift.
Yes, once June lets out, man, I'm going to know about credits. I'm going to know about, other opportunities. So that's why I do apologize, though. That's why I'm a little late today. I'm on the phone with the venue owner, and we're trying to, make my show the best it can be, because it really will be something Vegas has never seen before.
And do some comedy, too.
Big Hank, please. What you waiting on? Hop the other wing. Hey, Christina. Now, are you a DJ?
No, I'm in the Fleet DJ Coalition. I'm a host of the Fleet DJ Coalition.
Oh, so you be behind the mic going, oh, put your
On a
hands
good
in the
day.
air.
On
Okay,
a
on the good
some in my cup, yep.
on a good day. You be like taking donations on the drink. Cause the more drink I get, the more hype I get, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
People got to know. They got to know. Well,
Now,
go ahead.
no, go
Sorry.
ahead. What was you about to say? You
Oh
were
no,
saying
I was gonna say for all intents and purposes, Christina can come down and host. That's the type of party it is. You show up, you go up.
That's what's up.
Hey, yeah, it's in Las Vegas, June the 24th. I put it on my calendar that I was gonna go because June the 19th, Big Hank, I'm supposed to been talking with you. We supposed to be in San Diego shooting a movie. It's a short movie at Hollywood for Brendan Peters. Then I was going to bounce on down there to Vegas, probably around that Wednesday, Thursday, meet up with Mrs. Brown for her birthday. Going to show up and do a little love comedy and stuff for it. But also, I've been putting the show together. You know, we've been talking about Millennium Madness, and then me and Big Hank, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people loving the Saturday afternoons in Long Beach.
Yeah, we gonna make it happen.
Yeah, I haven't registered yet, so I just, but we let them know because this is tape. But I was asking Miss Brown also to be one of the actresses in it because she has such a well, it's not your face because sometimes we're gonna put disguises on. You just got to be able to play different roles, and so she's very, very like how you and I jail, same way. And so we've been putting a team together and stuff.
That's
I would
what's
like,
up.
and she knows Miss Woody. You said you know Miss Woody, right? Miss Woodrow down in St. Louis, Brenda Brown. She's been doing a lot of stuff. I want to get y'all together as well. She's doing a lot of stuff in St. Louis. Remember Miss Woody we had on?
Yeah, Woody.
Yeah, that'd be a nice little network, right?
Yeah.
And we deal with a lot of the whites as well. Our neighbors is white. We love our white neighbors, our black neighbors, our Latino neighbors. And
Well, that's a good thing.
I just don't like the ones who don't like us. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just talking about whites. We got on all sides of the spectrum. But Miss Brown, I'm glad that you came in. Now we on this part, we have Big Hank. We're gonna be talking on sports. Now, did you want to hit it on this today, or do you want to wait till Tuesday, Big Hank?
Well, we got Miss Brown on. That's
what I'm thinking. It's about her,
About her, yeah.
And at the end of our hour, we usually have Miss Uniqueness do the. We're working on her category, which is Kool-Aid, caramel cake, and a little Hollywood chit chat. Yeah. But we put those to the side because we was going to have you in the house.
Why? Yeah. Can I participate? I mean, she gonna need somebody to chit chat with. He gonna need somebody to talk about sports with. I'm good at those things.
Come in. I'm anytime. You always welcome come in.
You always welcome, no problem.
On some Hollywood chit chat.
Yeah, I want everything that the show is all about. Like, I'm here for the party. I'm down to clown for the round. Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I get so mad at America, some of our characters. So I'm always bringing out that because I think Tuesday I was on Tucker Carlson and Donald Trump Jr. Somebody on Facebook. Now, if you come on through Facebook without signing in, it's just going to say Facebook user. Someone said, "Roy, what's up, brother?" I don't know who that is. Then our producer came in with CO. CO, that's the Native American language of saying hello. That's the head producer, Richie King. Let me get those credits out one more time. Oh, it's Carl. Hey, what's up, Carl? All right. Once again, this is Roy Anthony. Welcome to the Roy Anthony Show. Got my co-stars, Big Hank, Miss Uniqueness, Christina Carter. We have a special guest in the house, Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child. We know that the Woe Entertainment, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, along with our co-creator Goose, social producer, man. I'm gonna hit up on a social producer, Blue Phoenix. She's fighting a rare cancer. She's at stage 4.
Wow.
And I needed her to do something for the net, for the network.
Yeah.
And it bothered me to reach out to her
Right.
because she's getting ready to have surgery because it moved up into her face parts and stuff, right? And I said I didn't want you to. She's like, Roy, I'm still fighting it and stuff, and tears came to my eye for
Right.
real,
Yeah, man.
But she's such a warrior and she's keeping us up. So I want to always give a shout out to Blue Phoenix.
Blue Phoenix, we praying for you.
Yeah, always.
Yeah,
And
praying for you.
Always, man. And sometimes I be scared to act, don't want to bother her.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Then we got Athens as well, one of our other producers, and then we have our good neighbors, BB Nation. They the backwoods veterans over there in Oregon, Big Hank, and I got a lot of love and respect for them as they do for us as well. And then we got a lot of different guys from around the US, but we also got the people chiming in from Australia and Germany. So what we try to do, Miss Brown, is that we keep it 100. We try to delve into conversations some people don't like to talk about. We've had different guests. Matter of fact, we're going to have good heavy metal dad back in.
Michael McFarland?
I beg your pardon?
Wait, who's heavy metal dad?
Oh, he's one of the comics that we know. He was he left the military as a high standard star person, and he's into heavy metal, but he's also stand-up comedian, a single dad. And we had him on the show, man. He's hilarious, and he's supportive. Everything that we do, he pushes it. I always try to give shouts out to everybody like that. They said, "What's up for the agenda today?" They said she's a Rockweiler. Bro, you keep tight to that Spreaker app for a special show tonight. Okay, got you. Also the BB Nation, on Monday nights we do the music. On Wednesday, is it tonight though? He said Thursday night, bro. You just keep tight to that Spreaker app for a special show tonight. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Christina Anderson, hope you're getting better. That's what our producer asked Christina.
I am.
They love them some Christina too, boy. She can't do no wrong.
Yes, sir.
Wait till I put that good wig back on. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Special show tonight. She don't never have her hair. She caught me off guard, and I didn't want to say nothing, but I know she had just in the hospital.
Y'all know it had to be something. I ain't wigged out. I ain't colorful. So
I noticed that you don't got that much light on neither. You kind of like dark.
I'm at work. That way.
Oh, are you?
I ain't got my green screen and stuff. I'm gonna have to bring one to work because it's gonna get real. Just hold on.
Look what the head producer said. He said she's the best host on your show. Laugh out loud. And they liking you. They loving you, Miss Brenda Brown, aka the Chocolate Child.
Yeah.
Well, I love them too. I love everybody who tunes in for my shenanigans.
Oh, well, today, see, that's what I thought. He said a special show tonight. Now, I want to bring this up. If it's real. On Monday nights, and I'm getting back to you too, Miss Brenda Brown, but on Monday nights, we had a rounds of old school rock versus old school rap. If y'all know that, right? Christina was part of the reasons why old school rap won. It was basically a TKO. It was a technical knockout. Real. Especially when I put Tupac in. I put Tupac on. Everybody was like, hey, it's over with.
It's a done deal. Done dolution.
Yeah, so this coming Monday, it was voted on that they want to go, it's going to be outlaw country versus funk music. You ain't
what is outlaw country?
Outlaw country. It's a different from outlaw country and country. Outlaw country is like the white versions of NWA. You know what I'm saying? For real.
It ain't no yeehaw going on outlaw country.
Well, somebody gotta sing me like a little, like hum me a few bars.
Well,
like
what I do is I listen to it, and what it is, our head producer is a big fan of outlaw country.
Okay.
And so he was doing it. So what we've been doing is now the point of this is not to see who's better, Jannar is better. That's not been the issue. The thing is how can we always say we're United States and we don't know what half our citizens, our own country of people listen to or like? Mm-hmm. So as I listened to the songs, some of the rock songs had lyrics that I was like, whoa. They was just as deep as our lyrics. It's just that they use high-tech guitars and they have a different rhythm, but they were saying the same thing. So we found ourselves coming like, so outlaw country tends to tell it like it is. Waylon Jennings and all that, some of them still go to jail. Gangster with it, right? But we got it going against funk music and stuff. Now, why I said that, because BB Nation, I tell anybody, if you go to Spreaker.com, you go to BB Nation, or you can go to the website on Facebook. And on Wednesday night, they got what they call Hump Day Hangover. I listen to it. They play some rock music, right? I listen, but the commentary be having me laughing. So I find myself listening to the music while I'm waiting for the commentary of the MCs, which is high tech. Some of the other fellas, one of the brothers, seen, I think Sean Dean, I know high tech, and then there's a couple of other ones. Excuse me, y'all, if I forget the names. But then on Fridays, they got Rockabilly Radio. Now, I found myself, I'm interested. I want to hear how things are, right? Well, I found some of it unique. I fell asleep on the Rockabilly. I mean, I was listening to it because my grandfather used to play country music when I was a kid. At home, go spend the night over his house. He from Louisiana. He want to play country music.
Okay.
This is what Redneck said. He said, sing about drinking, fighting in prison, drugs and singers.
sound like rap.
That's what I'm saying.
Sound like some gangster rap.
Yeah. And so Carl's one of the BB Nations, and man, look, their commentary just like ours. They listen to us, and we ain't never been ashamed. Brenda, let me tell you something. Even though we kind of offset, we believe in God. We believe something. We just don't follow it. I don't. I can't speak for everybody. I just don't follow it the way the religious people do. Big Hank is a true member of not only, I don't say the church, the neighborhood. That's an example of a church. He's a head deacon. But everything around that church is beautiful. The neighborhood, for real. And I say this, how can God be shining if you got a church? Oh, we've been existing since 1898, but your whole neighborhood look fine.
Yeah.
Is it
That's
God?
Always a good point.
I beg your pardon?
I said that's always a good point. It's like it's almost like having a mom who's receiving child support and she's all dressed up, but the babies look like they could use some help. It's like, what are you doing with all the money? Like, okay, so if we are a community and you're the head of the funds division, right? Because we all come here and we all give you money to help our neighborhood. Our neighborhood needs more than prayers. It needs for you to take some of that money out your pocket and spend it on some of the people who are in close proximity to you. Do a neighboring, beauty project. Do something that everybody can enjoy.
And that's my point too, what you just said. And hey, Carl, let us know what time it is on there too, so we can get the time. We see a special broadcast tonight on the speaker app, and I'm sure dig into it. Just tell me the time. But Christine, Miss Brenda Brown, you're right. Now I always say this. Okay, now I always bring up St. Luke's Missionary Baptist Church, Holy Baptist Church, because they actually do in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
I've seen how I end up going there is because Big Hank invited me to a video where Crips and Bloods was coming together, and the video was called Jesus is Real. I come in there and it was real Crips and Bloods. And the pastor was like, hey. And I'm like, this is the type of church I need. Someone won't measure me up, but and then they help the community. They really, really do. It ain't no fake or nothing. You go in the streets, it's clean, the neighborhood. I've been around churches talking about we've been established in 1898. You've been getting free offers. You've been doing a buildings fund for over 40 years.
Man, we do free lunches on every Monday. We do free food giveaways every Monday. And you can get food. You can come through there and get some food at any time. But we got especially on Mondays, we feed the homeless, we feed the hungry, we feed the whoever. And so we're a community.
And they give
church.
clothes. I got suits that I said I'm to give. I just didn't want to give them to them. And so because one of the churches tried to give them a box of clothes, they said, "Oh, we can't take them clothes because of COVID." I said, "What? For COVID?" Yeah,
you don't want to get nobody sick.
You can't wash the clothes. Oh, the clothes got COVID now. I'm already, you know what I'm saying? See, this is the thing with me, y'all. God hasn't got weak. Man has gotten weak. And right now, it seems like our society don't be having nothing about God. That's because it's the little whisperer in our ears. God gives us the basic instructions before leaving earth, which is the Bible. Now, just because somebody else don't do it like this, then you have to find yourself, are you a peer pressure person? Because if you do believe like myself, I don't let it succumb to what my peers are doing. It doesn't make me change up. I've been through enough shit in my life to say that God is real.
Yes, sir.
Even in my career and everything, it's him who gives me my humor.
And what somebody else do don't make you nothing. What somebody, you know what I mean? Don't make you nothing.
Me and Miss Brown was talking about, some of the violence, and we was talking about guns and some of the lax laws and stuff. Yes, they do need to control that. But I'm going to state this again. Guns don't kill people. When Cain killed Abel, that stick didn't just jump up and kill Abel. Cain killed Abel, no matter what he used. It's the demons we deal with. I was laughing with one of my friends, 30-30, Big Hank. So I'm laughing. We got this thing we like, man, you just gonna let that demon take over. Remember, we was talking about that, right? So one day, all these people's over, and I said, man, you just gonna let that demon take over. And he said,
right now.
30 ain't here right now.
I think it said 30 gone. It's D-Loc up in this moment right now.
Wait, so his wife's sister is sitting beside. She said, "Yeah, baby, I know that's right." So I said, "Wait, did you hear what he said?" She said, "What?" I said, "Oh, so you didn't hear what you said? You just agreed with it."
Right.
Well, she said, "Well, what did he say?" I said, "You agreed with it, but you don't know what he said."
You don't know what he said.
I said, "Look, we be playing." I said, "You just gonna let that demon speak out?" And he said, 30 ain't here right now. I said, "Look, you sometimes people in church, amen, and ain't knowing the truth. You know what I'm saying?" Yeah. I tell Big Hank, no, I can't take them people be screaming, especially men in the church.
I think I'm more like Shelly here. She says she's spiritual. Because I know like there's a top and a bottom. That's all I don't know about the stuff in between, but I do know that there's a top and a bottom. And I live my life to say, I'm just going to do the right thing. And that's how I feel. Whatever's right for me isn't necessarily right for everybody else, but I'm going to do the right thing the way that I feel it. Right. So as far as gun control and gun laws and things of that nature, I will stick with it. No, guns don't kill people, but if people have access to them that shouldn't have access to them, that's what kills people. So it's called a perfect storm. A gun can't just get up and pull its own trigger. Somebody has to do it. Again, to all the people who are going to send me hate mail today, tomorrow, and beyond, because I say this, my daddy was a gun-toting yokel. He's from Cuba, and he had a very small understanding for people messing with things, and he carried a gun.
Now I gotta shoot you.
Yeah, yes, I carried a gun at one point in time. I love going to the gun range. It's a beautiful date, ladies, so don't get it thrown off. There's something really magical about a man who has a gun and he's shooting at something, not you. So again, I just don't think that there is room for people to not in the way that we are set up. Like if we were all individualized, it would definitely be okay. You know what I mean? But since we all have to live here as a group, I say there are some people who just should not have access to big ass guns like AR-15s. There is no reason on this earth, if you're not in the military or a retired military, for you to even want or desire this big ass gun. That's all I'm saying.
Well, Arnold Schwarzenegger got like 300 takes of his own. And I'm like,
okay, but Arnold Schwarzenegger also was in a movie like The Terminator and all of that series.
As a pedestrian, he has. I'm like, what's he need a tank for?
Let me finish. He also has been in that environment where big guns and explosives and action and adrenaline. The everyday person is not around that unless you live in like Chicago, Philly.
Movies. He ain't been in real life with that, Miss Brown. That's in movies.
I understand that, Roy, but that's what I'm saying. It's you have to see these things to want to be a part of them. The average everyday person isn't thinking in their head because we've never been in a movie. And most of us, I hope, real life situations where we are going to swing from the buildings with an AR-15. That's only stuff that's done in movies and video games and stuff like that. Yeah. And if you guys want to stretch it, hey, build a gunland and put every big gun known to man over there, pay $50 or $60, and y'all can go over there and shoot each other up. How about that?
They said you're open, but he meant your opinion. Your opinions is yours. Don't apologize. Because we are like that. Our topic on our show is that it's not a confrontation, it's a conversation. I look at my veterans. I know a lot of veterans who don't go around toting up big guns because they had to use them. I'm totally in agreement with you on things. What I don't, though, is like I was telling with, I was discussing this Tuesday about Donald Trump Jr. Now, of course, I understand what you're saying, but the analogy of that he used of saying, don't just blame the man about the guns. He made an analogy of he could have just beat the kids with a bat. Now,
well, he could only got one. He could have got one or two.
Yeah, but
he couldn't have got all 19.
We wouldn't have. My point is, it shouldn't even be that gross the way we look at it gross, because I don't want to see no little kids bloodied up, period.
You, me, and the rest of the nation, but a lot of things.
When we use what I was stating is that I'm gonna tell you something. I've been running with Christina Carter with this ever since she brought this subject up about a lot of us sympathize, but we don't empathize. Sympathy is so quick to say my condolences to you and everything. Empathy is when we actually put ourselves in that person's shoes. And I'm gonna give an example. Every time I go down the street or something, I see a bunch of candles as memorial. I take my hat off and I'm like, Lord, bless their soul, because someone that got murdered or died in this situation. That's why the candles are there. I'm empathizing. I'm not just sympathetic because I'm around. A lot of times we sympathize, but we're not empathizing. And this
I don't want to do either of somebody with a dead child. I don't want to do either. What I want to do is I want it to stop. And I want, instead of talking about empathize and sympathize and what we could be doing and whose fault it is, they're trying to do everything out there, including confuse us with all of these other different things, except for changing the gun laws, which would make things so simple. Just change it.
That's the other thing, though. See, let me explain. This is what I'm saying. I'm hearing you, Ms. Brown. My point is this, though. We try to make it seem if it simplified it with a gun control. My thing is, we had to have some type of mental check to see where a person's mindset is. Look, when you join the military, you are in a controlled environment with the gun. They're giving you a controlled area to learn how to use your gun. Let me tell you something. Even our proper police who are given a gun, who we seem to be used to seeing with a gun, don't have the same training as military. Because in military and combat, they may go into a town and they have to know how to discern between a villain and a pedestrian. Because if you go and shoot some civilian, you're looking at a war crime. And the United States will do that. We got police officers we have 600 murders of traffic stops, and no one in this right here.
You know what? You're talking about babies versus grown people. I don't care about the grown people. I care about there was 19 little ones that will never get a chance to do anything.
Individual. It's not just that one though, Miss Brown. I'm not just on that one because last year, matter of fact, it was 2019. Me and Big Hank did a show, and we was amazed about how many mass shootings there was. It used to be where you hear mass shooting like once a year, if that. But now in 2019, we have accumulated over 100 mass shootings.
Oh, you know why?
And it wasn't no teenager.
Me. You want to know why?
Wait a minute.
You want to know why?
Wait a minute, we didn't know the mindset of the guy who went up in Vegas and shot down at a country spot. It wasn't.
You want to know why?
It was his
You want to know why? Because they keep loosening gun laws. That's why. The more people that can get a hold of them, the more of this killing is going to happen. The more of it, keep loosening the noose.
Listen to this quote. He just said, it's against the law to kill going on school property to assault people. It's against the law to carry a gun to the spot. Now, his point was saying, and I'm glad we're on this subject because no one's wrong. You're not wrong at all. I understand. The thing is, Mrs. Brown,
you know what? There is nobody on this planet that can make me wrong about
what
this.
I'm saying is that it's about humanity is what I'm discussing. See, what we tend to do is we tend to justify from our one point of aspect, because now one individual can speak like me. I cannot speak for even this panel. I can't speak for Big Hank, Christina, WO Entertainment, Richie King. I can't speak for you. What I'm saying is, like yourself, you're an expert, but you can't speak for everybody who you deal with. You hoping that they think like-minded as you, but you can't never get everyone to think. Some people may think like you. Sometimes everybody's not going to think.
Well, you know what, Roy Anthony? I think this is the one point that we can all agree on. Something needs to be done because 19 more babies don't need to die while we're all up here arguing about left, right, in the middle, who's got rights. You know who ain't got no rights no more? Them dead kids. That's who ain't got no rights no more. They ain't got nothing.
You know who don't got no rights? And that's why I say if they're gonna go against people with abortions, we need to go against these guys who keeps having their nuts removed. You know all them dead babies they putting out through there. Let's stop the killing, period. We got to start somewhere. Let's start at the origins.
But right. How about we start at these 19 babies
I think that they
been
need to give a mental evaluation before you give someone a gun. Let's give them a test.
That wouldn't have helped them 19 babies because there was nothing on that man's record that would have red flagged him. There was nothing on there that would have prevented him other than raising the age limit so that he could not go in as an 18-year-old child and purchase 2 AR-15s and many rounds of bullets and kill people. The only thing that would have prevented that is that he could not have access to one through anybody.
That's true, but that's a lot of situations. Do you know how many mass shootings we've had? That's just one of them. Do you know how many mass shootings we've had since January the 1st?
I know, and I think for each mass shooting that we've had at a school, I think the kids should be taken out of school for every day. Because that is the way you hurt politicians. You hurt their pockets.
What I'm saying is that when you give a test, let me tell you about the cycle test because they do it at the jobs that I work. I'm a civil designer by trade. They give you this test, which is to see where your mind is. And you check this test. Now, if you don't pass this test, you don't get no license. You cannot get a gun. Now, to be able to buy it. Now, let me tell you about gun laws. A pistol, you got to fill papers out to get. A lot of people don't understand this. The law has to change where a pistol and a rifle has to be seen as the same. They've never been considered the same. A pistol, 9mm, is something you got to have a license with. A rifle, you can have a regular rifle with shells without having to have a permit. That's one of the things. Now, once again, let's say all weapons don't work. Let's take the weapon gunnery out. Let's take that subject out. All I'm saying is,
no, because that's what they're trying to get you to
I know
do is
what
to
I'm
take
saying.
the weapons out of it. No.
Roy, on the Roy Anthony show, let me tell you what Roy Anthony's about to say. I'm saying this. I forget everything what everybody else is saying. I'm saying if you took the guns and everything out the equation, I'm left to a human being killing other human beings. See, the first thing we have to look at is humanity against humanity. America has been built on bad humanity to each other, from to the Native Americans and everything. Now they trying to be why we can't save America. You cannot plant a seed of hate and think that pretty things is going to grow. Let me tell you what the word of God said. It ain't gonna get no better. This is just a tip. It ain't gonna get no better. You can fool yourself in a state of denial. We smile and laugh because we know that the end is coming.
Yes, sir.
And if I'm in line with the basic instructions before leaving Earth, then I have no fear. What I'm saying, because I only fear God, who can destroy my body and soul. I fear no man. Now, what it is that we're falling into a time where there is no comeback. There is no meeting in the middle. There is no more. Our society have went from where it was Crips and Bloods to Democrats against Republicans, red against blue. It's going to get worse. We giving money over to a country that they ain't helped us. What do you think it ain't gonna get no better? The word of God said when man cries peace, sudden destruction, wars, rumors of wars. It ain't just.
Well, I just know while we're going downhill, I don't want to see no more babies die. So whatever we can do right now, with all of these other things that people are preaching and teaching and whatever on your show, anybody's show, I know that they're not helping right now. And if you had a child in school right now, you'd want something done.
I just seen a black lady having her 2 babies, and I'm like, wow, why would she do this when all these babies just got murdered? This lady sit up here and her 3 babies, she killed them in her house. This is just the other day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why in the world? She didn't, I don't know how she killed them. They called the police. She comes in there, her 3 babies are dead. Mental. Now she didn't shoot them.
And in answer to your
my thing is, I totally agree with you on some aspects, Miss Brown. And I totally, that's where the legislation, I say this all the time. We need people, general people like yourself, Richie, Big Hank, and them to run the Senate and to help with these laws.
I don't want to run it. It's already ran into the ground.
I'm so tired of city commissioners who I found out. We did a show about charters. City commission. I know we're going over a little bit of our time.
You're gonna have to break this one down. Part 1, part 2.
You don't mind us doing this. I'm gonna break this down. It's always someone passing the buck. That's the other thing. That's why nothing's never get done. You just said it, Miss Brown. You said we sit up here and we'll be debating and arguing because we just a small podcast. People peep up on us once in a while. But there's people that we come that sits in your church and bellyache that like they're going through the same thing. When we found out that our charters can be changed by the mayor and the city council people, because I'm always asking, what do city council people supposed to be out here trying to do? Did you know the city councils and them can change the charters? So first thing what happens, let's talk about when police stop people, they say, what you stop me for? Well, the charters say that a police officer can stop you just with him thinking suspicious. That's what the charter says. I when I found this out, I got so tired of hearing city commissioners coming to church. I'm so tired of that. We got to have Benjamin Crump and the same faces and stuff that are bringing awareness of it. You know what I mean? People I seen walking past arrest from their own house so they can go protest about something that happened to somebody that they didn't even know nothing about. So my point is, with your intelligence, Miss Brown, with you focus on the gun part, I'm with you on that. My focus has been on humanity against humanity, period. That's always been my thing, whether it was with a gun or anything, because I've seen how parents, how these kids are being molested. They just arrested a guy who was raping a 4-year-old child.
Well, just to put it forward, my focus is on humanity, period.
Yeah.
My shows are based on people being nice to one another.
Yeah.
If you are not, I have had the privilege of having over 3,000 comedians that have ran through my screen. Maybe about 2,000 dads, maybe about 1,500 business owners. Yeah. And what I'm saying is that my focus is on how to make the shenanigans stop now, so that humanity, and that's homelessness, that is hunger, that's guns, that's violence, that's everything that my 22-year-old has to face when he walks out into the world. So if you really want to go back to the back, I put it on the parents. You need to put down the winnings of a life, which is your car, your house, your whatever. Your first priority when you push those little suckers out is to make sure that they grow up in a happy, healthy, established home. And if you got to go sit on welfare and you got to walk with them to school every day, you should be willing as a parent to do that. And if you're not, if my son farts backwards, if the fart smells different, I'm like, what did you eat and how come it's smelling different than it smelled yesterday? Because if you're not paying attention,
wait a minute, I know I'm trying to be funny. How old is your son?
My son is 22.
And you ain't asking about his fart to today.
Absolutely, to this day, because again, the brain in a person does not start to connect until they're 25. So 21 is even too young. You know, the benefits that white people have versus black people is black people put their kids out early. White people will have them there until they done figured out what they want to do in life and where they want to go. So I have a happy medium. I'm a black woman that is holding on to the steering wheel, maybe just with a pinky, but still holding on to watch my son grow into a man. So I can confidently pull my hands back and know that he's not going to do nothing stupid to get himself killed or kill somebody else.
Okay, Miss Brown, let me say this to you yourself. And I've always said this to you, that I've always thought you a positive outlook. And I said she's very optimistic. Me, I'm a realist. And I always break it down to 3 categories. There's a pessimist who says, I ain't going in there. This look like there's no end to this. An optimistic person say, oh, I'm going to go through it, but I know there's an end. A realistic is, I'm going to go through it. I wonder how many more I have to go through. I'm with you. But there's certain fights that are angles of the conversation that I have to tackle. I leave that up with the guns and everything, because I have, like I said, I have guns and my guns have yet to kill anybody yet and stuff. Even when I've gotten so irate and mad, I didn't go get my gun because I didn't want to be with my gun because I'm irate and mad, you know. Now, I want to break it real quick. Redneck Pimp said, mom in Virginia shot a man with a gun trying to mass shoot. Yeah, I read about that. And you know what Miss Brown was saying, and we all 4 of us have kids. My son graduates today. I'm telling you, Big Hank's a witness. As a single dad.
Congratulations.
Yeah, but as a single dad, I already not had to bring him to the church. I had to join the church with him. Look here. I was like, hey, I couldn't sing it like Sister Caesar, Shirley Caesar, because I didn't hold him for 9 months. It was sometimes I wanted to just like, what about just mob deep this, but you know what I'm saying? You know, then I was like, Lord, I'm gonna show patience, and I had to learn something about myself. So he's 18, facing the same. I have a 14-year-old daughter. When I'm seeing little girls is being snatched, I'll be like, Lord, I have to have faith in God because I can't be everywhere at the same time.
Right.
But Lord knows, I'm like, hey, when I seen police officers slamming little 13, 14-year-old like girls, I'm like, Lord, please, please. You know what I'm saying? Because my life is going to probably end. But you know what? I'm thinking like you. I think optimistic. Big Hank has been through some severe things. Severe. He lost one of his baby daughters. Beautiful. Christina went through some
Yeah, I
stuff.
was gonna say something. To Mrs. Brown, I am a young mother of 6 kids, and 4 of them are boys. And at first, like my kids, they wanted to be grown enough, and people were looking at me crazy because I wanted all my kids in my house as long as they wanted to be. Because it's like, oh, you don't let them get out there and grow up and yada yada yada. But hearing your perspective and point of view of how things go, that's how I was thinking. As far as like, because they're 21, they don't make them grown. You know, they still kids. And now I'm finna be a grandmother of 2. Both of my girls pregnant at the same time. 1 17, 1 19. And it's because I let them go because they wanted to be grown. Had they still been with me, they would have been still, you know, learning how to grow up and be a woman instead of trying to be a woman that don't know how to. You know, parenting doesn't come with instructions. And our white neighbors, they do tend to teach them more things because a lot of our colored people, they look at things like cars and things like that. They pay more attention to the tires on their car dirty than the kids growing out of their clothes because they having a growth spurt. You see what I'm saying? So I too understand what you mean. It starts at home. You send the kids school to learn. We can't put it all on the teachers to teach them when the most precious years are from birth to at least 4 years old. They are sponges at that point. So if all they know is y'all want to play with guns, you want to do all this, that's what they're going to know. You want to play with games and stuff like that. Even grown men playing with these games and stuff, but they're not teaching the kids the facts of life, how to save money, how to do this and how to do that. And people look at you of your color being on welfare. It's okay. It's out there for the help. Don't mean you're supposed to stay on it because it's out there. It's supposed to be there as a stepping stone until you can be able to get where you need to go.
Amen.
So I do agree with what you're saying. And I was just gonna be quiet. I was just gonna wait. I was gonna say
no, I
no,
want
you know,
it's
you know
good to
how this
hear your
goes.
voice, like another woman to be with me. Because you know, usually I'm doing what I do, I'm in a sausage party all the time. So there's always been
Hey, that sounds a
encompassing.
little bit of sexualness.
Yeah, that sounded nasty.
sexual.
That sounded kind of nasty to me.
Look here.
Nasty to me.
Okay, so I have this meme that says, "How you know unless you was thinking it." All I'm saying, how you know what I meant it as, unless you was already there.
Christina has her reign severe. We never sound her up. Her opinions means everything, and it have like for real. Let her know, Christina. It's this on theirs.
It is.
She says her opinions, and we don't do the machoism on there.
No,
me and Big Hank is uplift the queens.
I wasn't talking about you. I was just talking about the sound. I like the sound of another woman on the screen, and I like that she said some words back to me.
He said, "I'm offended." Laughing.
I know I'm very blunt. I'm very blunt and to the point. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I say what people scared to say. I'm just saying, I sleep good every night after I say what
I'm hoping you come back on more often, Miss Brown, because I like this, because this is what we want. Roy don't never act like everything I say is right. I let him know. I done says, and guess what? Even my words, if I don't say the word correct, Hank is a USC alumnus. He will always be real. I never, you know what I'm saying? And will embarrass me like, come on, we're going to say the word correctly. And if I want the best for myself, I'm gonna do it. They said love our queens. That's what it do. We do.
Most
Your
Absolutely.
opinion,
I just
this is
wanna.
not so 70s chauvinistic. I'm not into that. My
No, I
mother.
just want to bat it back to her, Christina. That was very, like, you pulled out my wig strings, which is even stronger than my heartstrings, because I be having to be on a motorcycle sometimes. So
Yes,
the wig string got to be strong. Anyway, no, you said something, because a lot of mothers. Sorry, queens out there who are tuning in today, tomorrow, and beyond. But a lot of mothers don't recognize where their mistake is when something that happened with their kids that they is less than stellar. They don't take their responsibility and go, you know what? If I had them all in my house, instead of them out there being grown, it would have been a different outcome. You don't hear women take responsibility. So I'm like,
it's like it's their daddy. They just like their daddy. No, sis, you got to get with the program. It took both of y'all. So, by me being, they're like, oh, you just hate. And I'm just telling you like it is, because I am one of those. I was like that, but I had to sit there and I had to think about, okay, now you got to back this thing up. Where did you go wrong? What could you have done different and you would have got a different outcome? I'm going to get my baby on the 15th because I sent him to a behavior center. But I had to realize it was something that I didn't do. So now I have to correct my wrongs and then start over.
And I interject something, y'all. I'm a single dad, and I lie you not. My kids, I will make sure, even though I'm taking them to the park, I will make sure that they were clean. They 4 years apart, so when they was 2 and my son 6, all the way till they out, I will make sure that they was clean, had their clothes. We weren't going out, even though they going to play. I'm gonna put lotion on your legs and arms, wash your face and everything. Make sure the hair was done. And then I looked with the t-shirt in so I didn't have all the part because I'm gonna make sure they look.
A lot of people are so judgmental though.
I can only afford 3 chicken legs one time at the market. My kids, I know they was hungry. So what I did was I cooked and opened a can of green beans and I let them eat first. And I wait for them to get full. And my daughter was like, hey, you want to throw in trash? No, leave it on the plate. Make sure they took a bad put it in. Then I ate the rest. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I did that a lot. So I understand where the mothers, but sometimes they're from dads because
it's a lot of dads like that.
I do say everybody's selling big old teddy bears and everything on the corners and everything. And Mother's Day and Father's Day come around, very fine the dude selling incense in front of Chevron.
Women don't do it. They expect to get everything, but they don't want to invest in that man. If you want to be, you cannot remodel somebody because they should have already been raised before it got to you. You can't raise a man to be a man. But my thing is, you cannot mold somebody to be something just for you. What if you don't work out? So now you got this person stuck on what you taught them to be instead of learning who they are and to love them for who they are. And then you bring these kids in the world. Neither one of y'all know what y'all doing. I'm talking about self now. Don't even know what you're doing, but you're trying to tell this man how to be a man. But how much do you know how to cook? How much you not do this?
Stepping on some toes now, Christine. You stepping on some people's toes out there.
Y'all ain't ready for this show because y'all got me amped up. Come
on, Christina. All I'm saying is, first of all, I would like to say, I said parents. I blame it on the parents. I was just giving Christina kudos for knowing where she went wrong and correcting it, as far and voicing that, not just thinking it in her head, but allowing the normalcy of it all. My son called me grandmama until he was 11 years old. And I kept hitting him in the mouth. I would literally smack him in the mouth for calling me grandmama. Because I was like, boy, I'm your mama. And don't you be disrespect. And then one day, I thought to myself, it's not his fault that that's what he's calling you. It's your fault. Because if you're not acting like a mom and if you're not there as a mother, you're lucky he's not calling you Dragonfoot. Because he doesn't know who you are. Exactly. And so he knows in theory.
I ain't trying to cut us off, Miss Brown. We already 25 minutes past the hour.
We never did that. We got juicy.
This is good. And you know what? I'm really impressed with Miss Brown because you know, y'all really click, and I think we need this neutrality. I would love for you to come back here on Tuesday. I know you busy.
Please come back. Please come back.
I'm asking. I'll let the sister ask.
Me Tuesday?
Yes, it's up to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are here Tuesday and Thursdays, and would love for you to always come back because
I've never been asked back to a show before.
You see what I'm saying? Look, somebody said, "Boy, you got your match." Yeah, she's right there and stuff, you know. And look here, we need the opinions. I'm tired of people, especially the sisters, speaking for the men. We got 2 men right here, and we'll tell the right way. We're responsible men, take care of our kids. Yes, I'm from the streets. You don't have to worry about if I heard a nose. No, you don't have to worry. Baby, did you hear that? Oh, I'm already at the door. I'm not going to shiver in the covers. You should be going there. You know, I can cook too. I know to cook soul food. A lot of people trip. Roy throws down in the kitchen. You don't feel like cooking? I got it, sugar. Because I'm going to eat cookies.
Not sugar.
Y'all, yeah, I got this. I'm a real man. You feel me? And Big Hank a real man. I've been to his house.
Yes,
You know the real man when the wife be like that, baby, I got you dinner cooking and stuff. For real. If Big Hank just spoiled, Big Hank had a glass of wine. For real. Content. I think they bought a house. They're content.
Yes, sir.
For real. I love how you do, Miss Brown. You're absolutely right. You have a 23-year-old son. He is sharp. And I give you kudos. I give Miss Uniqueness kudos. She has 6 babies down there. 6 of them. And guess what? I've been down there to Mississippi.
Yeah.
Okay. Way better than me. I'll be like, you know what? This is a slow city. Y'all can make it on your own. I'm out of here.
Oh my God. You know
She's
what?
a good mother.
You guys are good fathers.
Yeah,
and
even our producers and them. They asked me, oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. There was somebody wrote on here, Joy Towner. I love the perspective on this podcast. Great job, everyone. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
They said bring her back, you know, because look here. It's never about, you will never hear me say you're wrong. I ain't never told Big Hank wrong. He corrected me, Roy, that words ain't wrong. And I ain't never told nobody wrong. They called the Roy into show, but I love to hear the conversation because I do not ever want to have the mindset that everything I say, I'm right. Hearing you today, Miss Brown, and seeing you got confidence in your face. I seen Christina just, y'all seem like y'all best of buddies.
I needed my girl.
Gonna be some problems.
I got you, sis. I got you over here. I got you.
Before we get off, won't you tell them where your social media sites, Miss Brown, before we leave up out of here?
Sauced in the City, Brenda Brown. I'm Googleable, so I don't need to tell you everywhere that I am. All you have to do is go to Google, type in Sauced in the City. I'm Googleable. I'm Googleable. Yes, that's a new word. I'm Googleable.
I like that one.
She said, I can't wait for the next one, which is Tuesday, every Tuesday and Thursday.
Googleable.
10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, 1 p.m. in the East Coast. And
Can I shout her out?
I beg your pardon?
Hi, Joy. Juicy Joy in the house. That's Joy Towner. Juicy Joy. She is an advocate. She is a stroke survivor, and she is somebody, Roy Anthony, you should consider having on your show. She is doing something called the sneaker ball for fathers. Oh, sorry.
Not send you the link. You send it to her, and she is welcome to come on.
Okay.
The thing is that I'm gonna tell you what happens when you bring other hosts as a guest onto your show, because I was going through the same thing. You'd be like, well, hold up. You was doing me like this.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me finish this statement. I had to put in there a little sign. Hey, the Roy Anthony Show.
Yes, it is the Roy Anthony Show, but anywhere
but wait a minute. She like, it is Roy Anthony Show, nigga, but wait a minute.
Now that's some sisters. They break that neck.
But wait a minute.
Yeah, and I waited. Look, I got quiet.
Blowback is real.
Wait a minute, I got quiet, but I knew
I was quiet. She had me over here on quiet. I was like,
Yeah, he just closed up.
Yeah, she went on. When she told that nigga to be quiet and wait a minute, you know what she was gonna tell me? Shit. She like, nigga, Roy, wait a minute, nigga, wait a minute.
I looked over at Hank. I'm like, whoa, did you tell me that? Hank looked like this. Like,
I said the same shit. I said, Roy ain't gonna say nothing. I said, Roy ain't gonna say nothing. That nigga get like this.
Yeah. I know she didn't.
I see that nigga to move back too. He like, I said, okay.
Entertain me.
Brenda Brown, first. Brenda Brown, that was the first on the Roy Anthony show. I promise you that one.
Ever.
I promise you that one. Yeah. Yes. Old everything. Love you. Love you.
I love you.
Love you, man. You did that.
Like, bring her back. Bring about the magic against Roy. Bring her back up here.
Well, I thank you guys because I definitely am learning how to be on the other side of the buttons. Because I do run my own platform 13 times a week on Roku, Fire Stick, YouTube, Facebook, and all of that stuff. So it is hard for me to be contained. But thank you, three, for welcoming me in, me and my strong personality and opinions.
No, we want you to stay the same, and I don't want you to now have to welcome. We're past the welcome. You know, the first time you come to my house, I get you the glass myself.
Yeah, you family now. You're not a visitor anymore.
You know what I'm saying? So you in the house, and please don't think you're interrupting me. Sometimes I have to be.
I've had you on my show. I know.
Yeah. At this time, the end of the
look, I could have just hit the when he was on my show. I could have just hit the play button.
The mute button.
Hey, God bless y'all. I will see y'all all back Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
We'd like to have you come in. We can have y'all know how StreamYard work. You can have up to 10 guests at once. We would love. And I heard that you are a stroke survivor, so I'm interested. God bless you. God bless all of y'all.
Please come.
And those who's listening, looking forward to doing this again Tuesday.
Thank you.
Definitely.
You're wonderful.
All right, peace out.
Peace out, y'all. God bless.
All right.
Tuesday and every Thursday. Tap in. Is this thing on? Can you hear me? Roy, is anybody out there? It's the spot to be, baby. Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast.